Hey, it's Andrew from Creative Guitar Studio. I thought I'd make a series on this channel because I haven't been using this channel very much. Mostly I use it on the back end for some other stuff for Patreon and all that. But what I thought would be good is to start posting just some more psychology videos based on ideas around playing, whether that's technique or whether it has to do with playing philosophies or even just how to overcome some of the pitfalls that start happening when you really try to get serious about playing guitar. So on this first one here, what I wanted to do was cover more like the fear that people get around playing live, especially. Sometimes it's even just playing the guitar, but for the most part, it's about live playing. There's a real problem with people worrying about hitting wrong notes, and it can be crippling for them. So one of the things that you can do is to realize that you're only human, you're going to make mistakes, and if you can get around the mistakes enough times in front of an audience and get past that initial fear, you tend to be able to go forward on the next performance and then the next performance after that, and you just get better and better as time goes on. But it's like every time you're performing, it's a test. So you have to play the best that you can, and remember, you have goals of how you want to play and how the way that you perform in front of an audience is going to render itself as just however it happens. It's not something that you can control in any way. You just have to keep calm and keep in a good mood, and don't let small things annoy you when you get off course, because you are going to get off course. And as long as you have a good band and you're playing with people that support you, it tends to go really well. If you're playing on your own, it can be a little more stressful, but you just have to get through those initial performances. And I found usually that with even, myself, with students, getting into different playing situations, that can sometimes take 10, 12, maybe even 20 performances before you control the fear. But one of the things that's really important in terms of controlling that fear of playing live is definitely knowledge. So the more knowledgeable you are about your instrument, the better that you're going to be at any situation that you are with it. If you have lots of patterns that are really well developed under your fingertips, and there's lots of different songs that you know and you feel comfortable about those songs, and especially the ones that you have to perform live, it gets easier to go in front of an audience because your knowledge base is really high, and that knowledge base over time, it puts you in a comfort zone that's really it really puts you at ease when you're in front of a lot of people. So when you have a lot of knowledge behind you of how the fretboard works and how your physical abilities are technically to be able to play notes and move around the neck with ease, when that's at a high level, you are really feeling quite confident. But if you don't have that confidence there, the ignorance of it all, that could cause you to I guess the best word to put it is it could cause you to be feeling afraid about everything that you're going to do. And that's almost crippling, because when you don't understand parts of a song, if you're not well prepared and you have to perform still, it can be really challenging, and I think a big part of why people get so stressed out is because they're looking for perfection. And, there's that old saying, perfect practice makes perfect playing, but I don't know, does it really? You're only human, you're always going to make mistakes. So how you can recover from those mistakes is everything. And that's what the Control Live is all about. If you're playing in front of anyone, even if it's 3 family members, the adrenaline goes up and you got this rush and you're trying to do your best and control and stay in control, but a lot of times it can be a problem. You can let the most simple situation with the most simple song, sometimes it can get really out of control for you, and you can crash and burn. And if you have a few of those situations, it can really bring you down. You can start to feel so frustrated from them that you almost can have yourself in a place where you don't want to play live anymore, and that's not good. I had a teacher a long time ago say to me, music is energy, and you have to match your energy to the kind of music that you play. And how that came about in a conversation we had was that I was trying to understand sort of what my style was. I grew up playing rock. I got into blues before that, and then went to rock, and then I was in a really heavy band before I went to music college, and it was really not my thing. And then when I got back from music college, I was in a really heavy band again, and it wasn't really my thing, but it was a chance to play in a band and to play live, and there was a lot of gigs, and it was fun, so I did it anyway. But over the years, I was always, trying to find out what my style was, and over time, I remember that teacher saying to me, "You'll find your style when you find the music that matches your energy, and then you'll be comfortable, and the music will be simple. It'll just come out of you so easily." So, like I say, music has an energy level, and you as a person, you have to match that energy level and take things in stride, because if you have the fearlessness to go into new styles and learn them, and be comfortable making all the mistakes, then you're going to do really well. I had a student a long time ago, probably 20 years ago, where she was always asking me, "How am I doing? Am I doing okay? Am I doing all right? Am I progressing?" And any time after that, I had a student that was similar in that vein, where they're always worried. How am I doing? How is my progress? Am I doing okay? That's another bad place to be, because in that state, you're just constantly second guessing yourself of, should you even be playing guitar? Maybe you should give it up. Maybe it's not the right thing for you. You have to not be concerned about where you're at in the grand scheme of things. Play music that's, like I say, matched at your comfort level, at your energy level, and do your best with it. And over time, you might decide maybe that particular type of music really isn't your thing, and then you start venturing off into other forms of music. Maybe it's pop music that you're playing, but you know that it's not really right for you. So then all of a sudden you branch out and you go over and try country western, or maybe you try reggae, or maybe you try soul or funk or jazz, and all of a sudden that's the style. Like one of those things just clicks with you, and it's all okay after that. It's like, any fear that you had about playing things wrong or not doing things well starts to almost evaporate and just vanish. But you have to take that action, and you have to keep trying other things, because that action, keeps breeding confidence in you, and you get more and more courageous with what you're doing, and you conquer those fears that you have. And if you don't do it, you just sit at home and you just putter on the same things over and over and over again. I've met students certainly that have played the same stuff, and just that they got in their first lessons as a kid. I've met people who are 50. And they started playing guitar when they were 14 or something, and they had a few lessons, and the stuff they learned in those lessons, they just kept rehashing over all the years. Maybe they had 5 months of lessons, and that 5 months of information is just what they keep playing. And then maybe finally they're 50 years old and they decide, I got to do something. I got to change this. Maybe they find me on the internet. I speak to a lot of people on the phone. Even they phone the office, and a lot of times when I answer, people are surprised that they're actually talking to me from the Creative Guitar Studio YouTube channel and all this, and they're like asking me questions galore. But the truth is, you just have to expand your knowledge base and get out of that that one block of information that you've been probably doing for way too long, and expand upon it. The main thing I'm going to maybe wrap up with here is that the more that you understand what you're doing, the more you understand about playing guitar and music, the easier it becomes. Embrace your mistakes. Actually, enjoy poor performances. Go back and look at them again. Maybe if you can get some video on them, record yourself as much as possible at home, even if it's just with your phone, and listen back and be really scrutinizing about the way you're playing. And, it'll get you away from being fearful about what it is that's happening when you play guitar. We're basically afraid when it comes down to it, of what we don't understand. So, like I said earlier, choose the music that matches your energy, and stop worrying about mistakes or how you're doing, and just let the music happen. And then over time, it just gets easier and easier and easier. But you have to stretch yourself and try these things, because if you don't, you're just going to stagnate and stay in the same spot over and over for many, many years. And we definitely don't want that. So thanks for joining me for this sort of more philosophy style video. If you enjoy this, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know if you want me to do more of these. Like I said, I'm trying to sort of revitalize this Andrew Wasson channel. Actually, it was my bookkeeper who said, you got that one YouTube channel that's got over 100,000 subscribers and you never really post on it. Maybe you should put some different videos about it. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that advice and put these up, and hopefully you enjoy them. So thanks for joining me for this first one, and take care. And if you want to check out my guitar courses, just go over to creativeguitarstudio.com. There's all kinds of great stuff over there. So thanks a lot. Take care, and bye for now.